Ex-Senator Tom Coburn went on Fox Business to talk about Trump leaving the Paris Climate Agreement. Let's see what he had to say.
Is the planet warming? And if it's warming, is it the result of human activity? Because that's what the Paris Accord was designed to address.
I understand. And the studies right now would tell you that we're not warming right now.
Really?
No.
What's this all about? 99% of all the scientists say the science is in and we're warming.
They picked the 74 that they wanted to say that, and then they self-selected that 74 scientists, or 67, I can't remember the number, and then they got that agreement. They got them to say that. If you go and poll, what does the actual data say? I don't think that you'll see 99%. You may see 75-25. You may see 25-70. I don't know that. Nobody knows, because we've had this political mantra out there that says, well, if you doubt what we've said, you're a flat earther. You don't agree. So the fact is I believe there's climate change all the time. Some of it may be man-made. Most of it is not. Most of it's sunspot activity and the solar effects on our climate.
Wow. I like how he managed to squeeze as many right-wing talk radio talking points into a 1-minute clip as possible. There's sunspots and solar activity, and, climate change is natural. Climate's always changing. I mean, one day you wake up at 62 degrees outside. One day you wake up 67 degrees outside. That's changing, ladies and gentlemen. That climate is changing. And I like how he was like, oh, no, they self-selected the scientists who said the thing that they wanted to say. Because that's exactly what you guys do. That is exactly what you do. That's exactly what big oil does. They pay people to say, climate change, no, there's still a debate. There's still a question. Because as long as they say, hey, there's a little bit of a doubt, then they get to keep doing what they're doing and making their money, and we don't move in an aggressive direction to get renewable technology and green technology to move away from the disastrous effects of fossil fuels. So he's like, no, I mean, if you really poll the scientists, what, maybe even 75% of them will probably say that there's climate change is not happening. I don't know. Well, you know what? Let's put aside what scientists say. So, there was that report that said, or the poll of scientists that 97% say, hey, we believe in climate change, we think it's happening. He's saying, no, well, they self-selected them, so no, maybe even up 75% of them don't believe in it. But again, put aside what they say, because he can point to his big oil-funded fake scientists to say, no, it's not happening, Tom Coburn's right. Why don't we go directly to the peer-reviewed studies on the issue? What do the peer-reviewed studies on the issue say? Oh, that's right. There was a metadata that a meta-analysis that happened not that long ago, and found that 99.9%, 99.8% of the peer-reviewed studies on climate science all say yes, climate change is happening, and it's largely man-made. See that little sliver of red there? That those are the ones that say, no, it's not. So I don't even know why liberals and progressives always point to that 97% of climate scientists number when you have like 99.9% of peer-reviewed studies on the matter say, yeah, it's happening, and we need to do something about it. So all the, what they're trying to do is muddy the waters. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to just raise a doubt. Because if they raise a doubt in your mind, like, well, we don't know. Hey, there's still 0.1% of scientists that say they don't know. If there's still a question, if we're still debating it, then yes, we drag our feet on action, which is necessary in order to save the planet. God, again, people don't connect the dots well because the media doesn't do it for them with climate change. But like one of the effects is the Middle East is going to be uninhabitable. So a giant refugee crisis all around the world. There's going to be wars over water, more natural disasters, increased drought and famine. Famine! You go to the store and get the normal food product, and the prices are going to spike through the roof. So all these problems as a result of climate change, not to mention the sea level rise. I always found it funny that the main one that people point to is like, oh, the sea level's going to rise. Because that's like the least of our worries with all the things that are going to happen. You're talking a multi-trillion-dollar effort to combat the effects of this and just changing how everything works. So, Tom Coburn is a buffoon. He's an ex-senator paid by big oil, paid by the fossil fuel companies, and he's just out there to try to raise a doubt. And the good news is people are on to guys like this, he has like a prepackaged answer to everything. And they don't have any solid arguments. They certainly don't have scientific arguments, and they're in over their heads, and they don't know what really goes into crafting a green technology and renewable technology policy that's sustainable in the long run, because they don't care. Again, they got to get those checks from big oil, so they'll drink that Kool-Aid and spew that propaganda all day long. But these are some genuinely brainwashed and corrupt guys, and he should be embarrassed saying the things he's saying there, but he's not.